Hey, how's it going, everyone? Cole here. In today's video, I wanted to talk about something that's been talked about a lot here recently in the Linux community. There is a new distribution on the block. Imagine that. This one, however, is just a tad bit different and pretty awesome, in my opinion. So this distribution is called Omarchy. So it's labeled as an opinionated Arch plus Hyprland setup. And it was created by DHH. So who is DHH? DHH is David Heinemeier Hansson. And he's the creator of Ruby on Rails, creator of Omarchy, co-owner of 37 Signals, best-selling author, Le Mans, not sure how to pronounce that, class-winning, racing driver, investor in Danish startups, Shopify board member, frequent podcast guest, and family man. And from what I remember, I actually found out about him through Typecraft. So I think it's Typecraft Dev on YouTube. If you're not familiar with him, I highly recommend his channel. Super cool guy. One of the many creators in the tech space that in the past 2 to 3 years has got me into, terminal-based coding, NeoVim, the Primogen, and all those other guys. But DHH was actually featured on the Lex Fridman podcast, which it's probably the longest podcast that Lex Fridman has done. I think it runs about 5 hours, and I'm only an hour in. And I can tell this dude is super insightful, very creative, and I very much appreciate him making a distribution like this that is centered around developers. It's super snappy. And on that for just a second, so I haven't played with this in its entirety, but what I did do is I installed this on a virtual machine. And I'm going to tell you beforehand as a disclaimer, in my experience trying to test a Hyprland-based distribution like this on a virtual machine, it's very laggy. So if you're going to give this a shot on your computer, which I hope you will because it's awesome, put it on a flash drive, give it a shot, and if you want to make this your main driver of choice, I would totally not blame you because it is awesome. But yeah, I tried it out, but even with the lagginess, because there's very particular things that I'm looking for when it comes to a distribution. How quick can I get started? That's my biggest thing. And I've gone through quite a few distributions, with my latest one being Debian. And just a disclaimer there, I'm still going to make that my main distribution of choice, just because I've gotten used to it at this point. However, I may put Omarchy on my older computer, which has Linux Mint on it, just for fun, just to get used to this particular ecosystem with Arch and Hyprland. But I've tried all sorts of distributions, including Arch. I tried Hyprland for a minute or two a while back. And yeah, it was nice, but there was so much customization that was needed in order to get it to where I wanted it. But going back to the virtual machine, testing Omarchy out, what was so great about this is even with it being laggy, I can tell you a few things, a few key points. The installation was buttery smooth. You got a few prompts that it asks you to, answer these questions on, and then boom, you're off to the races. It'll install it. At least in my experience, it was super smooth, and you get started pretty quick. And once you get into the desktop environment, everything that you need is at your fingertips. Where it might take you a few days, few months, maybe a few years, depending on how much you use Linux, to customize everything to get it where it needs to be for you to be able to not have to reach too far for it. Sometimes it takes a while to do that. Well, with Omarchy, the way that DHH built this, everything is within an arm's length. In 2 seconds, you can get it. You want to open up Alacrity, you got it. Boom, you're there. You want to open up go from, NeoVim, everything is there. And not only that, he's got it set up to where The configuration files for Hyprland and probably everything else are all within an arm's length. You can get it in 2 seconds. And what's so great about that is, for those of you who are familiar with Linux and, getting everything on your system and getting it how you want it, sometimes it can be a pain, in my opinion, to have to try and find, where is that darn config file for, this application that I'm using. And then it takes you a while and you get it and you edit it maybe once or twice throughout the month and you got to get it again. It's like, where was that again? Well, he's got all of that within an arm's length. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let me read this here for just a second. So welcome to Omarchy. Omarchy is an Omarchy distribution based on Arch Linux and the tiling window manager Hyprland. It ships with just about everything a modern software developer needs to be productive immediately, and that is the key thing, the key selling point with this. That's everything from NeoVim, by the way, to Spotify, Chromium, to Typora, and Alacrity, to LibreOffice. Hell, even Zoom is there. This isn't just a grab bag of pre-installed packages, though. It's a complete system design with both aesthetics and productivity in mind, because a beautiful system is a motivating system, and productivity has always been downstream for motivation. It's true that developing an eye for the beauty of a TUI-heavy, theme-delighted, tiling window-managed system like Omarchy can be an acquired taste, but that's why you're here, isn't it? To experience something a little outside of your comfort zone, to embark on a little bit of an adventure into a new way of working with computers? I hope so. Omarchy isn't like Windows, and it's not like Mac OS either. It's not trying to be as familiar as possible. It's trying to be beautiful and better. Embrace the Linuxness of it all. Manually editing some config files? Sure. Heavy on the terminal? Definitely. Let's get started with the basics. And just to give you an idea of what it looks like, this isn't going to do it justice. You got to put this on a flash drive and give it a test run. It's awesome. So let's see here. And just so you know, the particular configuration that you get out of the box with Omarchy is LazyVim. And I actually like LazyVim, but I prefer something like NVChad a little bit more over LazyVim. And I think part of that was, for whatever reason, when I was trying to get this configured in Windows, probably because of the hardware that I have on this mini PC that I'm recording this video on, there's just a lot that it can't handle. It's not very performance savvy. But anyway, so yeah, tried that with Windows, and that's probably what led me with a bad taste in my mouth with LazyVim. It probably wasn't LazyVim itself. It's probably just my hardware. But anyway, somewhere down the line, I switched to NVChad, and I've been using that ever since. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It is a tiling window manager, meaning that you're not getting like a taskbar here, like you see on the XFCE desktop environment. It's not like Ubuntu or anything like that. So everything that you open up is basically sectioned off in, these little squares on your screen to account for what application that you're running, as you can see here. And as you open them, it places them evenly on the screen, so that way, you're not having to size the screen how you need it to actually fit there. It just fits. So yeah, here's the menu where you can get access to everything, your apps, learn, capture. Very cool distribution. Super snappy, and I highly recommend it. And yeah, again, if you're going to try this, put it on a flash drive, give it a test run, and see how you like it. But me personally, just because I'm so simple, I was like, oh man, not another Linux distribution. I can't take the shiny new stuff. You better get it away from me. I've already gotten so used to Debian, which I'm still going to keep. But I am going to put this on my older PC just because. But anyway, that's all I've got. I know that wasn't much. Again, highly recommend that you try this on your machine. And if you do try it, please let me know what you think about it in the comments of this video. And give this guy a shout out. Like, he deserves a standing ovation for this. It's just a beautiful distribution that I think everybody, especially developers, should try out and use. So, but anyway, that's all I've got. I'll have more videos like this in the future, but until then, I will see you all in the next one.